And we're live. All right, so we're going to talk about, and I might retitle this, 5 to 6 different ways how the flying monkey is the true mastermind and lives vicariously through the narcissist. Stay tuned. All right, so what am I doing today? That classification, the name is going to be the name. It's fine, it is what it is. But a minion, aka flying monkey, of a narcissist, I think they're a low-key chosen one. I do. And peep game, right? See, a flying monkey is not like another narcissist that's like giving the narc fuel. Like a flying monkey is, I believe, a chosen one. And this is why I say this. Hear me out. Before you attack me in the comments section, hear me out. I knew a couple flying monkeys from the previous relationships I've had. And let me tell you a few characteristics of a flying monkey that I've noticed, right? The flying monkey is not scared of the narc. They're not. They are not scared of the narc. You ever heard that phrase where it's like, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer? That's all they do. They see a threat and they keep that threat close. That's all they're doing. They're not scared of the narc. I don't know if the narc knows that. I think the narc does. I think the narc knows that the flying monkey is not scared of him. I think they know that. I think because, a narc needs to get something from you, and having a minion that's terrified of you and can't provide anything for you because they're terrified of you, more than likely, they're no kind of way an independent person that can think and do whatever. You have to provide something to the narc, right? So for you to be a minion, a long-term minion, do you know how you got to know how to dip and move with the narc to be a minion, a long-term minion, and not get written off? And what I've noticed about these minions, the minions have they'll live vicariously through the narc, right? Like the narc will go and tell the minions all this stuff, and we're classifying this as the minions like giving the narc fuel. Yeah, the narc's getting fuel from the minion, but the minion's getting fuel from the narc. I'm telling you, the minion is a chosen one. See, the only person, and I'm gonna let it be real, let's call her Serica, right? The last relationship I had, the only one that I had to think twice about, that I was like, that's a smart one, is Serica. Let's just call her Serica. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because peep game, that minion had, whenever she was in relationships, she had her own place. She made sure the bills was in her name. She made sure she kept her job. She took care of her kids. You know what I'm saying? She was always going on vacations. Listen to what I'm saying. So she's a minion, so-called minion, to a narc who ain't got nothing going on right in their personal life, but she got everything going on right in her personal life. But when she wants a little bit of drama, it's like watching TV. She just like turns on the TV and watch the narc. That's what it is. Look, man, I'm trying to talk over here, but all of a sudden everybody on across the street want to talk and get loud and everything. And when I come outside, I ain't got my shirt on. Never hear from these people whenever I'm inside the house. But anyway, that's what it is, man. These minions they're chosen ones, because only a chosen one can really play a narc. You know what I'm saying? Only a chosen one can be around a narc, because the narc gets fuel. If you're not a chosen one, how are you a minion giving fuel to? It's not possible. You got to have some level of chosenness in you. You're just a chosen one that's kind of like in your shadow energy. You know what I'm saying? With that narc. But I guarantee you, when that minion's not around, that minion has a full, stable life. And if I'm wrong, then prove me wrong in the comments. Mention what you think a minion is, and then tell me your description. But I guarantee you, out of the minions I know, every single one, every minion of the narc, the previous narc and the narc, they always had their life together. They had their job, they had their house, they were going on vacations. You know what I mean? They're kind of smart. You know what I'm saying? Or smart. Like, they had their life together, and they literally just live vicariously through the narc. That's all they do. That's game. That's game. That's a chosen one. That's a chosen one. That's what I'm saying. Like that Serica, I see you, girl. You know what I'm saying? You was on your grown woman-ish the whole time. I was like, I had respect for you. You can, you know what I'm saying, if she never told you, I'm telling you straight up to you. I told her this before. I always had respect for you, whether you hate me or not. I don't give a damn. I got respect for any woman to handle her business. Man, her exes couldn't do nothing to her. Like, this woman would move how she wanted to, and if they didn't get it right, gone. Baby, they didn't get right, gone. I ain't got nothing but respect for that, Serica. You know what I'm saying? You got my number. You can hit me up anytime you want to. I know you might be hating me right now, whatever, but you know what I'm saying? I ain't got no enemies, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know that's your narc buddy or whatever, but, you know, respect. Respect. Because, I mean, she ain't really never done nothing to me. And there's situations where she came through for the narc, let narc borrow some money or whatever, so to help me. So I never really had no major issue with the flying monkey. Now, I know that, you know, my ex is going to her, telling her all this stuff or whatever, and she had to be agreeing to a certain level, but that's... Man, look, that's entertainment. When you watch TV, don't you agree to the clowns on TV? Like, don't you be watching them, you agreeing with some of the stuff they saying, but you know it's a whole clown show. It's entertainment. That's all that is. That's all the narc really is to a real flying monkey. You might think it's a flying monkey, but it's probably like a narc or some lame or something like that wannabe. But like a real flying monkey, I guarantee you, go over the numbers. They'll have their life together. They'll be taking care of their kids. They're a real flying monkey. They'll be going on vacations. They'll have family photos. A real flying monkey, aka minion, is not no loser to the narc. They're using the narc for entertainment. It's like watching TV. See, everybody looking at the narc and making it seem like, oh, the narcissist is so powerful. No, they're really extremely weak people. And so what I like to do is think outside the box. So I'm just like, who are these people around the narc? Okay, so there's other narcissists around the narc. There's Black Widow narcs and stuff. There's a narc that taught that narc how to be a narc. There's people that just have narcissistic tendencies. And there's people with full out, you know, that personality disorder. Narcissistic personality disorder, okay? But either way, the minion's on that list. The minion is not a narcissist. 9 times out of 10, they're taking care of their kids in some type of capacity by themselves or with a partner, but they're in control. They're in control of their finances. They go on vacation. They probably going to school and they're probably educated. They don't live outside their means, more than likely. I'm just spitting real game. They don't live outside their means. They get their credit right. They get a place whenever it's a time to get. Like a minion is a minion to a narcissist, because a narcissist ain't smart enough to understand somebody playing them. You know what I mean? Like a minion just knows to keep the enemy closer. And here's how to tell, like, a true minion, right? Real game. Like, here's like a #1 way to tell. A minion doesn't have ego like that. So you might think the minion's evil, blah, 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 blah. How can a minion be that evil if they don't need to be the center of attention like the narcissist needs to be, right? The narc needs to be the center of attention. The minion doesn't mind taking a back seat, side seat. You know what I'm saying? They don't care. They don't care. They're here for the entertainment, man. In their world, they already know they're the boss of their own world, so they don't have to try to be the boss in front of. That's a dangerous mode, man. Like that. The narc be underestimating these doggone minions around them, man. You sitting up here thinking I look better than them, blah, 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 blah. Man, that character or that minion's gonna stand way taller than whatever you think your looks are. You know what I'm saying? Like the character, that minion. If you go look at a minion, they went to college, and even if they have like a party phase, they're still not running around with a bunch of kids out of wedlock without taking care of them. They look at the minions around them. Now, I'm not talking about one. I'm talking about a couple of few around her, and then the ex before that, and they have these really responsible. And this is what they do. The narc gets something from them, which is, you know, and this is something else too. And I'm gonna slide this in there. The minion does not always agree with everything the narc does. Didn't know that, did you? The minion does not agree all the time with whatever the narc does. Sometimes the minion will push back. Sometimes the minion's the only conscious that the narc has. I've seen it. I've seen a minion checking narcs. And the narc don't want to mess up the relationship with the minion because the minion's stable. And they need stable people in their life for a source, you know, for a supply, you know what I'm saying, fuel, and to kind of keep them in balance, to give them guidance, you know, for somebody to kind of like go down the right direction. Otherwise, they're all over the place. They'll end up getting behind the wrong people. The minions are normally, like, if you look at it, as far as like adults, they're good adults. Do they ride for the narcissist? Well, they're blood related to them, or they're friends of years. They have to. The narcissist has always been their entertainment. They kind of have to. If you can look past that and like really analyze a minion, man, the minions are not really bad people. They're not really bad people, you know. They're really not. I ain't got no problem with a minion. You got to ride for who you got to ride for. Are the minions taking on the character traits of a narcissist, not being irresponsible, horrible with money, always worried about everybody? No, they don't. So they you know, the narc will be talking about the minion a lot. You know, the narc will be like, yeah, you know, they be wearing anything because they're not trying to live outside their means. Their kids come first. Goofy. How are their kids looking? How are their kids? What do the kids have? They have everything in the world? Are the kids gonna? Then that's all that matters. See, you know what I mean? So you gotta peep game. A minion is a chosen one. It's the chosen one choosing their shadow side for that situation with that narc. If you go to her or him about any other situation with regular people, they're probably the most sincere people for those situations with people that take their life serious. The narc don't take their life serious like that, so the minion treats them as such. You're entertainment, clown. I'm watching you. You need some money, clown. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you need some, you know, somebody to help you feel better about. Oh, okay, but they will check them. They will check a narc. Don't sit there and make it seem like the minions don't. They don't disagree with everything. A minion will check a narc real quick. Be like, nah, hey, you were tripping about this. Most of the time, the minion's the only one that gives them the conscience. That's it. So let's stop. We're going to stop bashing these minions. Yeah, the minions shouldn't support them or whatever, but you know you got a family member that be messing up all the time. You're a minion to them. Does that make you a bad person? You got that family member that ends up in jail all the time, and you got to do whatever you got to do to make sure they don't kill themselves or, you know what I'm saying, delete them. I say that word, you know, delete themselves or whatever. So you got to give them the moral support that they need or whatever. Does that make you a minion? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I guess so. But does that make you a bad person, though? We gotta stop sitting here making these minions. There's only one bad person, that's the narc, that ain't got no empathy or sympathy for. The minion will have empathy or sympathy for people. Maybe not that narcissistic situation for that group, like with me or whatever. But even then, I've seen the minion have empathy for me. Like look at me and kind of feel sorry for me somewhat. They're not stupid and they're not a narcissist. They're just friends and family with people that they've dealt with all their life, and they can't give up on them. Let's give these minions a break, man. Let's keep the focus on the narcissists, okay? And slaying them. Love y'all. Remember, you know, it's spiritual fitness, mental fitness, and physical fitness. Fitness savages, all right? Cool? Hit this button.